Right, hi everybody. I wanted to do a YouTube video regarding my Husqvarna NERA 430X epos unit. So up there you'll see my RTK epos unit up there. In there I have the base station for my unit. Now my garden is not the ideal for RTK, so when I first got this unit I was using a full boundary wire solution. So I have put a boundary wire all the way around here, but I wanted the systematic mowing. So with the recent updates I've tried the systematic mowing and it's worked really well, especially before spring, before everything greened up. It worked an absolute charm, and I'm cutting, as you can see, I've got another mower where I cut away the meadow and keep some wildflowers for as long as possible, keep the daffodils and the bluebells and everything else as much as I can, and then over time I cut the meadow away slowly, hopefully not scorching the grass. And we had a tree fall here, that's why this looks the way it does. And then I use the mower to increase the patches. And this area, look, there's quite a bit of tree coverage, but you see it works quite well. Better than I was expected, actually. Bravo, Husqvarna. However, I think it was February time or something like that, before I got the mower out, there was an update that added epos support by wire. So this unit here, as I call the woods, as you can see by the shadows, when the trees start to really green up, we obviously have satellite issues here, especially in this little patch here and around the back. So, oh, he's actually found a satellite, so he's running right now. But I added a support by wire section to the solution. So if we come here, you'll see, here's my wire here, my boundary wire. It goes in there and it blocks off this area here like that, and it blocks off this area up here because we were losing satellite around the side of the annex. As you can see here, it's quite compact, quite narrow, and it uses satellite. And then we double up and we go back all the way back to my base. Now the instructions on how to do this, I've installed this all myself. I'm an electronic engineer with a software background. If I can't install an auto mower myself, then I've got an issue. But anyway, I won't go into that. The instructions that I found that Husqvarna have released, not the best. They don't really explain how the system works fully, and I've found lots and lots of issues with it. I've found issues with the mower being in this support by wire zone, yet still relying on satellite connections for when I'm not doing systematic mowing, which it says if you have a random mowing pattern, it doesn't need to monitor any satellite whilst in this support by wire zone. But what happens is it gets a weak satellite signal. I think it's the AIM technology instead of the epos technology. And it starts looking for the transport path. So you can't use your transport, I don't know what they call it, C1, C2, C3 I think it is in the base station, where the wire, you connect it to your boundary wire and it has like a transport path when using the boundary wire solution. You can't do that with this, which is a shame because I'd like to have both. At least there's no documentation saying that you can do it anyway. I don't know if you can or can't, there's no documentation. So where was I? Yeah, so I've got a transport path that goes here and it goes back, and I've got another transport path that goes down the bottom. So you'll see here, I didn't show you this, but I should have done. Excuse the homemade swings in that, I've got kids. So down here, the end of the wire supported zone here, you'll see it's here. And then satellite and everything works really well here. To be fair, it gets about, I'd say about 80% of the time it gets satellite in here, so it should work okay. But what happens is when looking for those transport paths back, or when getting to the sort of edges of the boundary wire. Now, what they say in the instructions is that the boundary wire should be within the virtual boundary that you've set in the app. That's an interesting criteria, and it doesn't really explain why, but I keep trying to think of it logically why that would be the case, and I can't think how it works. It doesn't explain why. Because what I'm finding happens is if I lose signal outside of the, so if it has satellite signal, it overrides the boundary wire. So, and I don't think it should work this way. So I've got a boundary wire here. So there's a boundary wire here, look. And my mower, I've had to make my virtual path bigger. Here's a better example. So I've got a boundary wire here, look, you should see it here, and it goes around. My mower comes up here. Now this is a shaded area. I know there's no grass here, but we do get loads of weeds and stuff. So this isn't an essential area for mowing. However, as an example, if my mower goes over this boundary wire because it has satellite signal, and then it loses satellite signal in this area here, it then thinks that this boundary wire is inside, and that that the mower's still inside the boundary, and then it gets stuck here trying to get back in, hitting the boundary wire. So then I'll come back and I'll find that my mower will be down here, or it'll be out of the boundary. Now, that is not how it's supposed to work, and I've tried numerous things to fix this. I have sent Husqvarna massive amount of information, videos, screenshots, messages, left, right and centre. I've had speak to your dealer. Well, my local dealer, I'm not going to tell you where I live, but my local dealer is bloody awful. They know nothing about Husqvarna. I speak to the technician. He's a board swapper. He doesn't understand the software of the solution. They've not done any training with him. It's a bug in the software, the AIM technology and the epos technology, in the hierarchy of what happens if I lose a satellite signal here and where the boundary, it's all messed up. And I just wanted to warn everybody. Now I'm using it now, but I'm working from the annex, so I can see out of the window just in case my robot goes rogue. If you're using the epos boundary solution, please give me your feedback on how you've stopped it from losing the signal outside of the boundary and then thinking it's the wrong side of the boundary wire, and then it just disappears down your garden path. It's a good job I haven't got a pond, otherwise I'd have had a broken mower by now. Yeah, somebody please give me some feedback. Sorry if this is a bit of a rant, but Husqvarna, I love this product, but I utterly detest, that's the right word, the Husqvarna support. It is bloody awful. It doesn't exist unless you speak to a dealer, but they don't know the features and functionality of the robot. And why I don't want to have £100 call out charge for a guy with a software issue when I think I know just as much about how this works as he does. So Husqvarna, this video is for you. What's going on with the epos boundary wire solution? Why does it not work properly? Why are you not getting back to me on any of my messages and videos? Hey? Also, right, this is lost satellite now. I was waiting for that to happen. In your manual, it states that if you have systematic mowing in place, that when the mower is in a support by wire zone, if it loses signal, it should carry on and then go to a boundary wire. It doesn't do it. It sits here for the satellite. Now, it will get a satellite signal here, but if it sits underneath here, sometimes it doesn't get a satellite signal for hours. And I would want it to carry on, like it says in your instructions, to the boundary wire. Now, you should be able to point it that way with the AIM technology. You should, I believe, say, right, we know which way our mower's facing. We know where we've previously had good satellite signal. Point it towards where it's previously had good satellite signal. I could write that code. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. So anyway, here's I know this is a bit of an over-the-top rant, but I think it needs to be said. So here's a map, look. So here you can see the no zone, you can see the transport paths and everything else. He's lost there. He's searching for satellites. He shouldn't be. He should still be moving to the path. Now, if I go into here, look, it shows you here. If I go into settings, is it accessories, support by wire? Here you go, it's ticked on. See, support by wire, accessories ticked on. If I press this, and what you'll see, support by wire installation. Right, okay, here we go. So I've accepted all the cookies. I never do that, but anyway. When mowing, systematic mowing in, that's the type of installation that I've got anyway. Here we go. Systematic mowing. Can you focus? When systematic mowing is selected, if the robotic lawnmower loses the satellite signal in an area of the lawn with epos support by wire, which it is, it will stop at the boundary wire. There's no boundary wire there, mate. You're not working the way you say you're supposed to in here. And I've been telling your guys for weeks and nobody's coming back to me. It will continue mowing once the satellite signal. Okay, that's fine. But the boundary wire here is not there. The boundary wire here is over there. It's over there. Okay? So you should have kept going. Or it should stop the blade from spinning and move to the epos. It doesn't work the way it says here. You need to improve your documentation. You need to get back to me. You need to speak to the users of the products. You're letting yourself down, Husqvarna. You're a premium brand, but you act like a blooming faceless organisation.